Yo, Mattybo, why you roasting all these pages with 700,000 followers and only getting 1K likes when you have one of those pages too? Aw shit, guys, the truth came out. I got exposed. You're a fraud, Mattybo. Why would I ever trust you on giving me tips on how to grow my meme page? Chill, boys, chill. This account used to be popping, believe it or not. The username used to be @ball. And yeah, it was getting 50,000 likes in 2014. And these are on videos. This is before Instagram even introduced views on videos, boys. Sit down. I'm a seasoned memer here, boys. It's story time, boys. This is gonna be a good one. This is pretty much a PSA on why private method isn't the best way to grow on Instagram. Today's video, we're gonna be going back to the ancient gains of Instagram back in 2014 when meme pages were starting. Get ready to be edumacated, boys. You're about to be big brain because that's what we do on this channel, boys. My biggest page right now, the hood video, is basically the result of neglect from me not paying attention to it, me not maintaining it, and I'm gonna be going over that. So let's first go over what the private method is. Nowadays on Instagram, it's a lot different. You see these guys making these anime profile picture, and in the bio of their accounts, they say that they're a girl. Basically what it is, it's a bait. That's all it is. The private method is a huge bait because they can't see your account, right? So basically the idea is just to bait the followers to follow your account. Yeah, so you see people getting creative with this. You can literally do anything to bait them. In their bio, they're gonna put something like 99 out of 100, accepting at 100 followers. You see all of this kind of stuff. You see people comment spamming, follow me for free V-Bucks, and then all of these kids are gonna start following them. I pretty much started the bait gains, boys. You can thank me for all of this. In 2014, I grew a page to 600,000 followers in 1 month using this method. We called it the cliffhanger method. I'm sure all of you guys have seen that video. It's like you're watching a video, someone's about to jump off the roof. Right before they jump off, it pauses. Some EDM music, some dubstep music starts playing, and it's like, follow this account for the rest of the video. And I'm sure all of you guys hated that, and you can thank me. But look at you guys now. You guys are trying to grow a meme page now too. You gotta set the bait and then reel them in. So basically, whoever has the biggest meme pages that are private are the best at baiting. This video is gonna be split into 3 parts. It's gonna be the first phase, which is the former glory versus what it is right now, stinky poopy pooper pants page. Then it's gonna go into what you have to do to maintain the private method gains. It works really well. You're gonna gain a lot of followers, but it does take a lot of work. 3, I'm gonna wrap up the whole video and just explain my opinions on why I think that you shouldn't be growing from private. All right, part 1. The hood video, the stinky poopy pooper page. Let's go over it. So I'm gonna do a little contest, guys. Whoever has the best roast on my Instagram page will get a shout out from my account, Peter Griffin. It has like 260,000 followers right now. So leave a comment down below. While you're at it, make sure you like the video to help the boy out. Thanks. Basically, looking over this page is pretty garbanzo. It's never really gonna hit explore again. And I really don't know what to do with the page. It's still pulling in around 100 to 200,000 views. The algorithm really depends on your engagement to follower ratio. So basically, the 250,000 people that unfollowed my account, yes, this used to have 1 million followers. So yeah, 260,000 people unfollowed it. That's basically the most active people on the pages. There still are people, but they're not really active, and it's really just not gonna hit explore page because of how low the engagement is. I've been posting on this account almost every day for the past 2 months. The most that this page hit explore was only 5%, and that's really not ideal. So that's why I'm not really putting in a lot of effort to grow this page right now, because my pages with 100K, my car pages, they're hitting explore and they're getting more views than this currently dead 700,000 follower page. Let's be fair, this page does have potential to come back, but it's going to take a lot of work, and I'm focused on growing my pages that are growing from explore. On my car pages, all I have to do to grow those is post a couple times a day, and I'm going to be gaining up to 5,000 followers per week. So that's kind of the current state at which the account is at right now, but let's look at its history. Let's scroll back to 2014. Back at the time, this was before Instagram even had views, so this is the real OG days. This account was popping, man. 40K likes on this page back in 2014. That was huge. That was a ton of likes, man. That meant this page was really active. So this page went from being at the top, and now it's at the very bottom, man. Don't be like me. Just know that you guys are talking to a seasoned memer here. I've been here on Instagram since 2012. Also, just to flex on you guys a little more, this wasn't even my biggest account. This was my backup account. At the time, I had 3.8 million followers. The account was Vine Village. I'm pretty sure if you guys were in the game, you guys know that account. At this time, I was really close to 10 million followers. I had almost 2 million followers on Vine. It was a military surprises account. I had 3.8 mil on Instagram on one account. My 2 backups had 1 mil. I had a couple like 500K accounts, but that was a long time ago. A lot of those pages are disabled now, or something happened to it. I sold it or gave it away. I still have a couple million followers right now, but right now I'm focusing on YouTube, and I'm trying to help you guys grow on Instagram. A lot of you guys say that growing a meme page is hard and you guys can't do it. You know, I'd much rather be doing this than the grocery store, but honestly, it's it's kind of a pain in the ass to grow a meme page, only if you're doing it the private method, because you have to maintain the followers. Like I said, I grew this account to 600,000 followers in 1 month. It grew extremely fast. And one, it was partly because Instagram was way less saturated back then. And this was when cliffhanger games just started to come out, so everyone would follow. It was basically an untapped market. Like, cliffhanger games were killing it at the time. But the thing about private games and growing that fast is that every time I would post, I would lose followers. Every time I would post an ad, I would lose followers. Every time I would refresh my page, I would lose followers. People followed me for the scam, right? People get baited in, and then they're gonna eventually unfollow. It's either one, they're gonna unfollow because this isn't the content that they're looking for. Two, you end up posting too many ads because you're trying to make money. Three, it's because you stop posting for a while. People will unfollow if you stop posting for a while. And people will also unfollow if you post too much. So it's really just a balancing act. You have to balance the followers and unfollowers, because every time you try to grow the account by doing SFS with new accounts, you're gonna start losing followers. It's just like, oh my god, it was kind of like a pain in the ass. This is what you don't know when you make a meme page. This is what people aren't gonna tell you. It's kind of like, why am I doing this when I can just post content and grow from Explore? My first account getting to 3.8 million, I was literally on Instagram all day. Since I lived in Hawaii, I would have to wake up at 3 a.m., 5 a.m. to post in the morning because time was so different. I would set a timer at 3 a.m., wake up at 3 a.m., post an ad, go to sleep for 2 hours, and then I would wake up at 5 a.m., post another ad, and then at 5 a.m. I would just stay up, and then I would start to do SFS with other accounts. When it was 5 a.m. in Hawaii, it was like 10 a.m. for people on the mainland, so I was able to do SFS earlier than everyone else. So I was able to stay up at 5 a.m. and keep grinding. So on Instagram, you usually post 3 shoutouts at a time, and I bet you rookies didn't even know that. Sit down, you're talking to a seasoned memer. Let me fill you in with some more terminology. Once you go past the top row on Instagram, the first 3 posts, you go to the second row. I bet you didn't even know that. So I'd be doing 20-minute shoutouts with people in the morning, refreshing the shoutout for shoutouts with people. And then when I got to school, instead of doing 20 minutes, I would be posting 1-hour shoutouts so that I could post it in the beginning of the class, and then at the end, I would delete it, and then I wouldn't have to maintain it in class. I could still gain while I'm in school, and it's crazy because I was doing this with other kids in middle school and high school, and they're doing SFS in class with me. Like, it was crazy, dude. All of us were just grinding it out, man. Then I would go home after school. I would hop on PS4, get in a voice call with all my other Instagram friends. We would play like FIFA, Black Ops. We would play all these games, and it would be kind of cringy, not gonna lie. We would be over voice chat. We would be like, yo, repost SFS right now, 20 minutes, all right? And then we would do it. But that's how we did it. That's how we gained all day. I found a system. I made it really easy. It was just something, it was kind of more like a routine, because I was SFSing with the same people at the same time almost every day. And it was just really easy to grow because everyone's pages was just like circulating followers, right? This was back in the day. It was a lot less saturated. It was a lot easier to find scam and bait gains, because as you can see nowadays, people can't really use those methods. People don't really fall for it anymore. So you have to come up with these new creative ideas. If you can come up with a new bait, your page is gonna grow like insanely fast, trust me. And then even at night, you would have to schedule an OVN. Let me fill you in again, rookies. It's called overnight. So you would gain while you're sleeping. So let's say I had 1 million followers. I would message people ahead of time with other 1 million follower pages. I would be like, yo, OVN. I would set up spot 2, spot 3, spot 4. Basically what that means is like the spot on your feed. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th post it goes to the second row. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would schedule 2, 3, 4, because on the first post I would post actual content for my meme page, and then that would hide out all of the shout outs, because at the time it was chronological. So like basically if you posted all these shout outs and then on top of it with a piece of content, people wouldn't unfollow as much. And like that was the pro strategy at the time. I would wake up again at 3 a.m., delete the overnights, start posting ads and making money, and I would do that again all over. And that's pretty much what I was doing for 2 or 3 years straight. Now, after doing that for 2 or 3 years, I basically got close to 10 million followers. That was the peak of Matty Bo gains. And then that's when my 3.8 mil got deleted, and then I started venturing off into other things, but I also started building Explore pages at the same time. Now we're here 2 years later, almost 2020, and I'm here back again trying to teach you guys how to grow using the Explore method. Basically, let me sum it up. Growing with the private method, you're gonna grow a lot faster. That's why a lot of people do it, because people like instant success, right? If they're gaining more using private, then they're gonna do it, right? But let me tell you, I've been there, I've done that. It's a way easier to grow from posting on Explore. If you're a private page, you have to deal with creating new baits. You have to be creative all the time, man. Like every time your bait wasn't good anymore, you would have to come up with a new one, because other competitors would have better baits and they're gonna gain faster than you. It was really like a dog eat dog world because it was so competitive, because anyone can make a meme page. Basically, whoever had the most creative baits and whoever was coming up with new baits all the time was growing the fastest at the time. Then you would have to deal with all the smaller meme pages reposting all of your stuff. You'd have to deal with them taking your bait ideas and copying it and making it more saturated, and it would kill your idea even faster. So then you have to deal with your page getting reported and disabled because people don't like shoutouts, especially if you do SFS all day with other pages posting the same thing. People aren't gonna like that, they're gonna report that, and you have to deal with getting disabled. It's basically just this constant loss and gain of followers once you get bigger. A lot of you guys are just starting off your private accounts. You're not going to be losing a lot of followers. You're going to be gaining a lot more followers than you are losing, so that's good for you. Just wait till your private page gets bigger. You're going to start to lose all these followers because you baited all of them. This is basically exactly what happens on giveaways. You bait them for the prize and then they eventually unfollow and they don't engage on your posts. Also, you have to deal with constantly accepting 1,000 followers. Every time you get 1,000 followers on your private account, you have to accept them. You can go public, but it'll only accept like 100 at a time. And then if you try to accept people too fast, you're gonna get action blocked, and it's just like this huge pain in the ass. I really would not recommend going private. It's like you can do all of that and try to maintain your followers, or you can just post a couple times a day and get on Explore and gain from original organic Instagram followers that actually like your content, and it's gonna make your page the most active as it possibly could. If you're growing from Instagram's suggested Explore page, your page is literally gonna be the most active page on there because you're not baiting anyone. People are following you because they like your content. Does that make sense? I hope you guys understand why I tell people not to use the private method, because I've been there, I've done that, I've done trial and error. I know it grows faster than the Explore method, but if you want to have a long-lasting page where that doesn't take a lot of work, then you're going to want to use the Explore method. And I made a whole tutorial and you can watch that here. But also, if you guys found any value in this video, please make sure to subscribe and leave a comment down below if you guys have any questions. Also, make sure to roast my page so you can get a shout out from Peter Griffin. Also, like the video if you didn't. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.